Welcome to the Bottle Poppin' Podcast, where Meg and Heather share their love for oils, friendship, and entrepreneurship. Let's get it poppin'.
Hey everyone, this is Meg.
Hi there, this is Heather.
And we are the Bottle Poppin' Podcast. So Heather, what are we popping open today?
It is summertime right now. And so you just got back from traveling. I am about to go traveling. So we thought it would be fun to talk about different products of doTERRA's that we bring while we're traveling.
Yeah. And I'm excited to do this podcast because this is definitely something I get questions about a lot from different members of our team, just how to travel with oils. And also from recently going on the trip, from my perspective, I'm going to be sharing stuff that I brought, but also things I wish I had brought.
Excellent.
So the very first thing is something I wish I had brought because we went to Carmel by the Sea in California. It was gorgeous. It was so much fun to just get away and relax. But all I had was, for some reason, white tops. I brought a lot of white tops. And I got chocolate on my white top, my one hoodie that was warm and that I needed. And so I actually went to go find one of those Tide sticks to try to get the stain out and just kind of wash it in the sink in the hotel. Ends up Tide sticks apparently are really hard to find right now. So I don't know if there's a shortage or what, but I was thinking at home, I have a roller bottle that has doTERRA's On Guard not cleaning concentrate, the laundry concentrate in it. And if I had brought that, it would have made such a difference. So that's my first tip is if you're traveling and you have the On Guard liquid detergent, put it in an empty roller bottle, and then you can use that as like a Tide pen, something to easily get stains out. And it will travel well because the roller bottles are made the way they are. They're not going to leak. And yeah, I wish I had brought that with me.
That is so smart. And honestly, I had never even considered that. We will have access to being able to do laundry. We're about to go to Sweden and we'll be there for 2 weeks. And so we will have access to doing laundry. But I love the idea of the actual stick to be able to remove stuff. And that liquid detergent, it works so well if I just dab it on things. So putting it in a roller bottle, thank you, Meg. That is genius.
Yeah, so definitely do that.
So the first thing that I want to talk about, this is always with me anyways, but when we travel, this is like definitely something I don't forget, is the simplicity of the sanitizing mist. Little spray bottle with the On Guard sanitizing mist. This thing is in handy to clean our hands, to clean off the airline tray, to spray, in a bathroom or just somewhere that's not as clean as I would like it to be. But this thing comes with me all of the time. In fact, my husband was like, "Oh, I've got one in my backpack. Do we need two?" Yes, we need two. There's 4 of us. So that is something that definitely comes with me. And it's small and compact. And so when you're talking about the stain stick pen, if you get one of those clear TSA approved bags, everything that we're about to name, with the exception of some of the non-oily stuff, can fit into this bag, and it's all small enough that it fits really well with all the liquid stuff.
Yep, totally agree. Well, the next thing on the list is, again, something that I wish I had brought. I normally do travel with my own shampoo and conditioner, and I love doTERRA shampoo and conditioner, but this time I didn't, and I used the hotel stuff, and it was horrible. I feel like I've got pretty average normal hair, but for some reason, my hair just looked greasy the whole trip. So what I wish I had bought, and I literally bought it like as soon as we got home, is doTERRA's new shampoo and conditioner bars. So these are things, they're not liquid, so I wouldn't even have to put them in the liquid bag, but they work so well. And then on top of the fact that you don't have to put it in the liquid bag, so you're not taking up that valuable real estate. I, from here on out, will always just travel with the shampoo and conditioner bar.
That's really smart. And those are great. We use them for camping. I'm out of the conditioner bar right now. And so we will be traveling with the actual shampoo and conditioner. However, doTERRA does make a little travel size bag that you can get. It comes with the travel shampoo, travel conditioner, and then the travel leave-in conditioner. I probably won't bring that third one with me. I don't feel like I necessarily need that on a daily basis, but I will bring in the other two. And those two bottles, they're small enough to fit into the travel bag. They're 3.4 fluid ounces each, but they're also big enough to last the four of us for 2 weeks. I don't necessarily wash my hair every single day, so that should be plenty for the four of us for the 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so next up is sunscreen. And so doTERRA has amazing sunscreen. And again, they've got a sunscreen that is a stick. So that wouldn't have to go in the liquid bag, but it's easy to apply. It works amazingly well, and it smells better than any sunscreen I've ever smelled. So I love traveling with that.
I do. And I'm bringing the stick for sure. That is my go-to for my face. I am back and forth on whether I want to bring the spray one or the other bottle. Both of those are bigger that I would have to put it into my checked bag and or transfer some of the lotion one into like a smaller travel. I'm up in the air of that, but the stick one is a definite coming with me.
Yeah. And I have taken it before and put it in a smaller container. But then I don't know. I don't love doing that. I feel like I'm wasting somewhere along the line. So, yeah.
Agreed. Next up, we're going to talk about a few supplements. I think I've mentioned before that most of my doTERRA orders at this point are not actually oils. They are the supplements. Once you become a doTERRA supplement lover, it is really hard to go back from it. And I think the supplement that Meg and I have been using, well, and I say this, my husband too, which is why it's definitely coming with me regularly for a while now, is the MetaPower Advantage, the collagen sachets. And so my husband and I each go through a box of it a month. And so for 2 weeks, I'm going to go ahead and bring one whole box with us. And that way we have access to that every single day.
Yeah, we traveled with that as well. We did not use it every single day, but I think it was just because we were out of our normal element and routine. But I definitely would have missed it if we didn't have it with us. So, and really just the whole MetaPower line, especially when you're going to be not eating your normal foods, you're probably going to be indulging a little bit more because it is vacation. Using oils that are going to ensure your blood sugar doesn't spike, ensure that you're not going to gain extra weight. I mean, I guess it doesn't ensure that, but it's going to reduce the likelihood that you're going to gain extra weight while you're on vacation. Like, why would you not bring MetaPower? It's like a no-brainer, I think.
Yeah. And when I say I'm bringing the sachets, I am bringing a whole box of that for both of us. But then I really like the MetaPower Assist supplement that you take prior to a big, heavy carb meal or something. And like you said, I plan on enjoying the food while we're there. And so that will be one that is with me. In regard to enjoying the food, Swedes love their ice cream in the summer. My stomach does not love ice cream if I have it too often. And so I will be bringing the peppermint soft gels with me as well. Something that, again, you take beforehand, but that really seems to help me process the lactose a lot better so that my stomach's not getting upset. Because guess what? I want the ice cream while we're on vacation.
Yes, you should eat the ice cream while you're on vacation. So I also just every day take a whole bunch of supplements, like Lifelong Vitality is one of them, Terrazyme, which is awesome for any time you're traveling because it's just going to help break down the food so that you're getting the nutrients and then pushing out the rest as waste. And so those are just basics I always have, but definitely continue to take them while I'm on vacation as well.
When it comes to the actual container that I travel with these things in, I am bringing the box of the MetaPower collagen, and I will bring the whole bottle of the Assist because some days I take one, some days I take two, depending on the meals I have. But when it comes to the Lifelong Vitality and the other supplements, Terrazyme, stuff like that, I got a little container from the dollar store. I'm going to guess it's a crafting container because it has the little tiny compartments in it. It's probably about a 4x5 inch little rectangular box, maybe an inch tall, but it's got the little dividers in it. And it's so easy to just drop how many days of the stuff that I need in there. Now, it's 2 weeks. It's my husband and I. We take a lot of the same stuff. So I think what I'll do is I will use that box for some of the not everyday supplements, the On Guard soft gels, turmeric, different stuff that we may take, but probably won't take every day. And then I'll probably bring the actual bottles of the Lifelong Vitality with me.
Yeah, I have a container that's bigger than yours. And so I took that with everything. And then I have little like daily bags. And so every morning I would just put my breakfast, lunch, and dinner supplements into them that way and just kind of break them up that way. But there's so many ways to take your supplements. Just make sure you bring your supplements with you because you'll feel way better.
Yes. And a part of me wanting to be really specific about bringing this is I'm really hoping that a couple of these supplements help with eliminating the jet lag. I have not traveled internationally in 5 years. And I remember the last couple times that we've traveled, we get there and we are just so tired and it's so hard to stay awake for the couple of hours until bedtime so that you can go to bed at their bedtime and then wake up feeling good the next day. So my plan with all these supplements is to be able to feel better when we get there. And then I've got the Serenity soft gels I'll bring so that I can go to bed that night at normal bedtime. The next day, waking up, starting with the collagen and probably some Mito 2 Max so that I can feel energetic going into the day and hopefully avoid a lot of that jet lag feeling.
Yeah. Also, using the oils will help with that too. So like peppermint when you need to be alert and awake, and, lavender, cedarwood, something like that when you need to go to sleep is going to help a lot as well.
Agreed. But I really on a daily basis have too many oils with me. And some days I use them, some days I don't. So when I travel, I have easily brought more than what I end up using. And I do try to minimize that. And so I'm going to try, this may change over the next 24 hours before we leave. But as of right now, my plan is to only bring 4 oil bottles with me, roller bottles. And those oils are vetiver for sleep, digestin for any sort of stomach issues and or sinus stuff, On Guard just to keep our immune systems up. We've actually been using On Guard daily for about the last week to keep our immune systems up. And then frankincense because, absolutely anything that goes wrong, I'm hoping frankincense can help me with.
Yep. I really traveled with I traveled with all the oils that I use on a daily basis. So like I've shared before that I use rose on my face and yarrow palm on my face. So things like that I traveled with. I always have a keychain as well. And so the keychain has smaller vials and I don't even know what all I have in there, but that's the majority of my travel oils. And it definitely has tea tree oil. I feel like that's such a good one for any types of cuts or scrapes. It has adaptive in there, which is awesome for stressful situation. It has peace in there, which I've mentioned before. Peace is, for some reason, the oil that I like to use for sleep when I travel. I don't use it so much at home for sleep, but I like it for travel. And it's definitely got frankincense in there. I have a little roller bottle in there that's got frank, lavender, and peppermint, which is what I use for any type of head issues. And it's got digestin in there. And I will say this as well. Don't take my word for this, but I have been traveling now with essential oils for 10 years. And I don't put my keychain in my little clear TSA approved bag. And I've never been stopped. But I always figure there's enough room to easily drop them in there if I need to because they're small bottles. But I've never been stopped for that so far, knock on wood.
Thank you for sharing that. I was actually going to inquire about that because I always have mixed feelings of whether I should put it in there or not. And I think I did not put it in there last time either. And then after we got through, it was just in my purse. And I was like, oh, this didn't get flagged. Mm-hmm. So yes, definitely don't take our word for it. Do what you feel comfortable with. But I think mine has passed through as well too. It's what is it? Are those 1 ml bottles? So
yeah,
I don't even
tiny.
know. Yeah, at the most, they're maybe even quarter drams. I don't even know what they are. But at the most, there's probably 10 mLs total in that whole thing. Yeah, and that's assuming the bottles are full.
And I realize for people who don't know what we're talking about, this might be confusing. I would recommend just Google doTERRA keychain and you'll see. But it's like a little pouch that's connected to what could be used. It's actually connected to a carabiner that you could connect to a keychain. But that's what we're talking about with this. And they're awesome just for everyday use to be able to carry around. I think it holds either 8 or 10 essential oils and they're empty bottles. So you can pick what you want to put in there.
They are little, dram bottles, and it's a 5/8 dram of essential oil. I don't even know what that measurement actually is, but it's a very, very small amount, and there is 8 in the keychain.
Yeah. So it's awesome for travel. So
All
one
right.
other thing that I traveled with this time that I haven't traveled with before, and this was one of the few full bottled oils besides the ones that like I normally use, is I did travel this time with a bottle of lavender, and I traveled with my bubble diffuser. And so I always like, part of me hates talking about this diffuser because this is not something that you can buy on a normal basis, but it's so popular that doTERRA will for sure continue to sell them on special occasions. So when you get a chance, buy yourself a bubble diffuser. It's so cute. It's this tiny little diffuser that you can either plug in or you can charge it up and you don't have to plug it in, but you put a full bottle of oil in it and then it's motion sensor detected. My plan actually brought On Guard as well. And my plan was to do On Guard like during the day and then lavender at night, but we ended up just leaving lavender in it the whole time. And it was so fun and perfect size because it's teeny tiny and definitely effective. And we were a little scared that maybe housekeeping would steal it or something, but they never did. But it's so cool and definitely worth traveling with.
Did the charge last your entire trip?
No, but I just brought my charger with me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's smart. I've been going back and forth. We're going to stay with my mother-in-law, and I know she uses oils and has diffusers. I just don't know if she has them at that particular location with her. So I was thinking about bringing one of ours as well, but something small. But I also want to use it. All travel stuff, I get frustrated when I have these grand ideas of bringing a bunch of stuff and then they don't get used. So I think the size of the bubble one is really appealing. I was thinking about using the Pilot one for the same reason, just because it could just fill that room a little bit easier. All right. Well, the final thing that I am going to be bringing is the Deep Blue stick. I feel like the one ache or pain that I will have while we are traveling is my feet will be so tired at the end of the day from all the walking that you end up doing. And so many places in Europe have those cobblestone streets. Stockholm is one of those places that's got a few. And so I feel like by the end of the day, my feet are just sore from the amount of steps we've put in and walking on those uneven grounds. So the Deep Blue stick doesn't need to go in my liquid bag, and it's really easy to travel with.
Yeah, no, and that's such a good point. I definitely, on trips where I know I'm going to be walking a lot, bring Deep Blue. And I've even brought the oil before. In fact, I've got the oil in my keychain, and I have like filled up the hotel bath, just a little bit, put that in and just soaked my feet at night. And it makes such a difference. So yeah, having the stick is perfect for traveling as well. But great idea. I did not bring that this last trip, and we did walk a lot, but thankfully I, for some reason, did not need it this trip.
Well, you're also on a vacation high, right? You don't recognize it sometimes because you've just had such a good day that it's just easier to relax and not notice some of the aches and pains.
Very true. All right. Well, I'm sure you still have questions about traveling with essential oils. So just want to remind you, we do our third Thursday every month. We have a free class where you can just jump onto Zoom with us and ask us any questions. So we would love to have you join us for that. And you can register for it anywhere, online, on our social medias, anything like that. But definitely join us for that. But we hope this has been informative. We hope we've answered some of your questions about traveling with oils. And yeah, we hope we've given you some new ideas on what to take with you for your next trip. So thank you so much for listening all the way to the end. We will have a brand new episode for you next Friday.
Thanks for tuning in. For more information, you can follow these bottle poppin' ladies at bottlepoppinpodcast.com. Tune in next week to learn about what bottle we're poppin'. Until next time, take care. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This podcast is not intended to treat, diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease.